I am Lamont at Large. Today I am at the Prairie Home Cemetery here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Definitely have to start off this vlog with this fantastic monument to a guitar legend. This is the grave of Lester William Polsfuss, better known as Les Paul, and this is his wife Evelyn Polsfuss. If you don't know who he is, if you've ever tried to pick up a guitar and try to pretend that you are cool to a girl that you like I used to do oftentimes when I was young, you probably held one of his electric guitars that the Gibson Guitar Company put his name on. Les Paul was a pretty famous guy. He was a radio and television star in the late 40s, early 50s, but he had a kind of a very heavy interest in the amplification and sound of electric guitars. And he is very fundamental in the development of different amplifiers, electric guitars, so forth and so on. And he lived a long time. I think he was 90, early mid-90s when he passed. And because of his pioneering efforts in the music world, he basically revolutionized the sound of the electric guitar. And if there was no Les Paul, then maybe electric guitars wouldn't really sound the same. And a lot of people who play electric guitar, they always go for that vintage sound. That's why a lot of older guitar amplifiers are pretty expensive. I know, because one day I was walking in Seattle and I found one in the garbage, but I knew what I was looking at and made $300 off of somebody's garbage, because it was an amplifier that had a certain sound, and that sound was brought to you by this man right here, Les Paul. This is a fantastic grave right here, and then it shows all his major awards and inductions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wizard of Waukesha, Les Paul. You can't see that, but there's a stone that says beautiful in cursive gold lettering. Shawn Weber, The Webbs, December 16th, 1992 to November 28th, 2013. Never give up. He was a fan of the Milwaukee Brewers, the Green Bay Packers, and he loved wrestling. As you can see, the WWE and the Brew City Wrestling insignias on his stone. It didn't say online how he passed, but there was a special note from his parents to all of the support staff at the Children's Hospital for all of the love and support they gave Shawn and his parents for all 20 years of his life. Got a couple of baby birds here, not really apt at flying quite yet. Hopefully they didn't fall out of the nest. I'm trying to get them out of the road so they don't get ran over in case somebody comes barreling through here. You got to stay in the grass, that way you don't get ran over until you learn how to fly. Orders of Lamont. Samantha Peterson, May 13th, 1988 to September 5th, 2009. Only 21 years old when she was stabbed to death by her boyfriend, a man by the name of David Wapp. They had been at the killer's aunt's house and they went to the car to talk, and according to his own statement, he just flipped out and started stabbing this poor girl, killed her in the car, drove the car with her body in it and just left it. And later the police found her in the car already dead. He had been out of prison for 4 days when he committed this crime. A true psychopath that should have never ever been let out of prison. And he was sentenced to life with no parole. So now he's not able to harm anyone any longer. Rest in peace. Kind of an odd place to plant these plants. I'm not sure what kind they are, but they're planted right in front of the grave, and they have grown and had to cover up the names. It is a couple here, and they were older when they both died, married couple. I'm not sure if this was meant to be kind of a curious grave, if I do say so myself. Anyways. Michelle and Tina were sisters, and they were buried next to each other. Alexis Dimon Davis, May 22nd, 1992 to April 28th, 2018. It says online that she died unexpectedly due to complications of her battle with cancer that she fought valiantly since the age of 7. And at the time of her passing, she left behind a 16-month-old baby girl. We got a couple of elites from Hollywood right here. We got a couple of movie producers. This is the Aiken family grave. We got Harry Aiken and his brother right here, Roy. And they got some of their siblings, Jesse, Gertie, and I believe this might be his parent, Elvin, and Sarah right here, the parents. So, the Aiken brothers, Harry and Roy, they were one of the very first producers in Hollywood to break away from the Thomas Edison owned movie companies, and Thomas Edison, of course, inventor of the motion picture reel, if you will, and had a bunch of parent companies under him, and they broke away from him, got their own equipment together, and started producing movies on their own. And you might have watched one of their movies that they produced a long time ago if you're a movie buff and you're into really, really old movies. They produced Birth of a Nation, very famous movie. It's a small world in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Got a couple of Hollywood royalties right here. Roy and Harry Aitken. Okay, that wraps up another video from the Prairie Home Cemetery here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Never quite sure if I'm going to be able to ever pronounce the name of this city correctly. But as I walk through all these graves, particularly the old graves, I always wonder who these people were, what they thought, what their favorite movie was, what their favorite singer was, what they did in their lives, where they lived, how many children they had, so forth and so on. And a wealth of information. These people, if they were alive and they can talk to me, and all the stories of Christmas get-togethers, Thanksgiving dinners, birthdays, funerals that they went to, fights they got into with their lovers, or arm wrestling matches with their brothers, and boasting contests at the local bar. What it was like when it was really hot to not have air conditioning. To have to know that there is no car when you want to go to your friend's house and he lives 4 miles down the road. Did you have a horse? Would your father let you use the horse? So forth and so on. So many different things. And I just can't talk to them. So anyways, I'm out of here. I'll catch up with you on the next vlog. Live, but not live, but still alive by the grace of God. The Prairie Home Cemetery in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I am Lamont at Large. Thank you for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Peace out.